half now, and we are here to do her 3-month update. I feel like this month compared to last month had so much more development, and Emma is full of personality, and she is a little baby now instead of like a large fetus. Because she can actually respond to the world, and it's really fun to see her grow up. To roll over now, which is super exciting. I guess it's one of the major milestones for a baby's first year life. So yes, she can roll over on both sides, and it's super cute when she does that. The very first time she rolled over was when I was about to feed her in bed. She keeps looking over there because there's a mirror. Yeah, so the first time she rolled over was when I was about to feed her, and she knew that she was about to be fed, so she rolled over, anticipating to be fed, which is super cute. I feed her in bed laying down, so she would turn right before getting the boob, basically. We've been exclusively breastfeeding, and I tried to give her a bottle right before bedtime just so she would get used to having a bottle again. She was bottle fed in the first month, and then I switched to breastfeeding, and then for a little bit she wasn't really taking the bottle very well, so then now I kind of reintroduce the bottle to her because I'm going back to work really soon, and I need the nanny to feed her, and I need her to not reject the bottle. We are going to LA next week for John's sister's graduation, and I don't plan on taking any bottles with me. Just to simplify things, it is a lot easier to breastfeed on the go because you don't need to bring bottles, you don't need to warm anything up. You just put on the cover and then feed the baby, and then you're done. And it's so amazing that I say breastfeeding is easier now because it was so hard for me in the beginning. So I'm very glad that it worked out. Right now, every day before I go to sleep, I also pump because I need to save up my supply for when I go back to work, so that the nanny can continue to feed Emma some breast milk. So I will be pumping a lot, which is not going to be very fun because I don't like to pump at all. And I don't think my body responds very well to a pump because I don't get a lot of milk that way. I think with breastfeeding, babies are a lot more efficient in getting the milk out. So we'll see what happens when I start using the hospital grade pump at work. I hear it's a lot more efficient than regular pumps that you might have at home. So yeah, I bought all the parts that I need for using the pump at work, which is the Medela Symphony. So I bought the parts for that. At home I use the Spectra. So I have 2 separate systems. One for home and one for work. And Emma uses the Advent bottles. With the Spectra, the pump works with the Advent bottle, so you can pump directly into the bottle. With Medela, I bought a converter because the Medela narrow neck and the Advent bottles have the wide neck. So I bought this converter so that I can continue to pump directly into Advent bottles, so I don't have to pump into a Medela bottle and then transfer it into the Advent bottle, which I think will be really annoying. and I've been sick for over a week now. I'm still coughing a lot and my nose is still running. Amazingly, Emma doesn't seem to be all that sick. I mean, this morning her nose was running a little bit, but that's about it. Very, very super mild symptoms, and right now her nose isn't running at all and she doesn't cough. So she was probably getting the antibodies from my breast milk, which is super, super amazing to see. John is also sick because I got him sick. So our entire family is sick except little Emma. Emma is drooling so much these days. She's always wearing a bib, and she sometimes goes through 3 or 4 bibs in a day, and I've had to purchase more bibs this month because I did not anticipate the usage. We really enjoy going out this month. We've been to the park, we've been to the library, we've walked around downtown. I've taken her to meet up with some friends at restaurants during lunchtime. I would say in the beginning of the month, she was a lot easier to take out because she would stay really still in her stroller or car seat. Yeah. And then she used to be super, super quiet and kind of just observe, but as she kind of grew, right now she is super curious about the world and she just wants to come out and see all the time. So it is harder to take her out now because she doesn't like to stay in her car seat anymore. So what I do is I put her in the baby Catan, which is super easy to use. And so I just wear her when we're out until she's tired, and then I would put her back in the car seat and I cover her up for her to nap. Emma is eating her hands a lot these days. She started out eating her entire fist, and then now she's eating fingers. And I think she didn't discover her fingers initially, so she was trying to shove the entire fist into her mouth. And then she finally discovered that she has fingers, so now it's most of the time she has 2 or 3 fingers in her mouth. Occasionally she will only have 1 finger in her mouth, and it's super cute. She could put her hands together now, and sometimes you could see that she is looking at her fingers and being kind of mesmerized by them. She can start to hold some toys. She started out not being very good at holding, and then I would kind of help her with it sometimes. Kind of put a toy in front of her hands, and then she would naturally try to grab. And now I see that she grabs toys on her own. Tummy time got so much easier this month. Previously, I was actually getting a little bit worried because she would just scream her head off every time I tried to do tummy time with her. Our doctor wants her to have tummy time 3 times a day, which she can do now, but a month ago she would just scream and scream and scream, and it was just really, really hard. I would say she was only doing tummy time every couple of days a month ago, but now
Good job, baby.
she can do tummy time multiple times a day and not cry. Her favorite word is agoo, and I think she really likes the sound of goo, and so she says it all the time. John says that she's like a Pokemon who only says one word and that word is their name. So maybe we should name her Agu as her nickname. Goo. What's Emma's favorite word, huh? Agu. Agu. Can you say mama? Can you say mama? You can only say Agu. Agu. Goo 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 goo. Is Agu your favorite word? Huh? Agu is your favorite word? Agu? Huh? In terms of sleeping, we've made really big improvements this month. We officially started sleep training and it's just worked out so well. Yeah. And I would say she is a very easy baby to sleep train, and I'm really surprised at the results. Now she could sleep 12 hours at night, which is amazing. For example, last night she went to sleep at around 6:30, and then this morning she woke up at 6 a.m. She did cry once at about 3:30 a.m., which is the time she usually wakes up. But we did not feed her at that time. And then she fell asleep on her own and then woke up at 6 a.m. I think I'll do a separate video on our experience with sleep training. I will probably give it another week or so for her schedule to settle down a bit, because it's only been about a week since we started sleep training. So I will see how she does for maybe a week to 2 weeks before I make that video. And since Emma has been sleeping on her back, she has developed a little flathead. Let's see. Can you guys see? She has a little flathead. Yeah. We'll see what the doctor says in her 4-month checkup. And see if there's anything we could do with it. I did some research and it seems like you just keep on doing tummy time so that they know how to roll around. And then some babies tend to roll onto their tummy to sleep, or sleep on their side. So we'll see what Emma does. And then we'll see what the doctor says about her flathead. What's wrong, baby? Hi, Emma. Hey. Yeah. Updates for me. I have joint pains, and I've been having joint pains since the beginning, since the delivery, basically. Yes, baby. Yes, okay. Okay, baby. Yes, I've been having pains in my fingers and pains in my knees since the delivery. And they mainly hurt in the middle of the night or right after I wake up in the morning. The pain goes away during the day, so right now I don't really feel it, but it's hard to do this, for example. I was thinking maybe I didn't recover very well after giving birth, because they say all your bones and your joints kind of open, and you're supposed to keep warm and then not touch too much water in the first month. I mean, according to Chinese culture, right? But I didn't really follow it. So I was thinking, oh, maybe because I didn't recover well and now I have arthritis. So I went to see my doctor and then we did some blood tests. All the tests came back normal. And I also went to see a specialist. But because the tests came back normal, I wasn't diagnosed with anything. And since the symptoms have been slowly improving, the specialist said, you know, give it another 3 months or so and then see if it kind of just see if the pain goes away on its own, or if it doesn't and if it gets worse, then we can redo the blood test and see. I am seeing an acupuncturist next week, because sometimes I feel like Western medicine can't really help you with all your health concerns, and it's and it will be interesting to see what the acupuncturist says about my joint pains. And I'm losing so much hair now. I've been losing hair for about a month. Every time I wash my hair and every time I brush my hair, every time I dry my hair, so much hair comes out in like handfuls, which is really, really scary to see. And I hope that I stop losing hair soon. Do you guys know when new moms stop losing hair and start growing hair? Let me know, because and I still have the breakouts along my jawline here and here. They're not completely gone yet. Some of them have gone down and they've left a lot of scars on my skin, which is really annoying, and now I have to cover them up every day before I go out because the spots are just so dark and there's just so many of them. Yeah, so I'm going back to work in about 2 weeks. And I'm nervous about going back to work. Everyone says that going back will be really hard with the pumping and with work stress and baby stress. So I am prepared as much as I can, I guess. That I am prepared mentally for the initial phase to be difficult. Yes, Emma Poo. Yes, Emma Poo. Emma will be going to my coworker's house and we're doing a nanny share, where the nanny will take care of Emma and my coworker's daughter. So there'll be 2 babies and 1 nanny. And I think that arrangement is pretty good. Shh, 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 shh. So the nanny only needs to take care of 2 babies. So the 1-to-2 ratio is a lot better than what you see in daycare, which is 1-to-3, sometimes 1-to-4, right? So we've been doing some transition visits with a nanny, where the nanny came to my house and where Emma went to their house a few times just to get acquainted, to ease with the whole mommy is going back to work thing. And I would say Emma definitely recognizes me. About a month ago, I could tell that she could recognize me because that's when we started doing the transition with the nanny. And of course, she would cry when I hand her off to the nanny, which is pretty sweet to see that your baby recognizes you. Yes, we have 2 more transition visits coming up, and then Emma will be okay. Just put Emma down for a nap. Back to nannyshare. Yeah, so we've been having these transitional visits with the nanny so that Emma can get to know the nanny, and the nanny can also get to know Emma a little better before she starts going to nannyshare full-time every day. Okay, and then I start work that Friday. So I hope everything goes well with my transition back to work. I am nervous about it on several different issues. For example, pumping at work. I used to have back-to-back meetings, so I'm pretty sure that pumping 3 times a day during work hours is going to be difficult. And I hope that my coworkers will understand that I won't be able to work the same number of hours as I used to, and I also can't take back-to-back meetings anymore because I need to make time for pumping, and I also need to leave earlier than before so I could pick up Emma on time and spend time with her and put her to bed. And I know that my efficiency initially won't be as high as before, and I hope my manager can understand. I hope that I can somehow achieve the same efficiency as I had before sometime soon. I don't know how long it would take for me to fully transition back to work, but I hope I do a good job both at work and at home. And lastly, let me show you my baby bump. So yes, I still have a bump. And it looks like this. I still have the line. It is still, very soft. Again, I have not been exercising. I would say that I fit in pretty much all my jeans from before. They're just tighter than it used to be, but for the most part, I fit into every single one of my jeans. So yeah, and that's it to our 3-month update. Thanks for watching. See you next time.